Okay, it's time for today's CSS battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay, that looks interesting. Right. What do we want to do? I think we're going to use the nested template. Let's put the margins on here for a change. 60. Let's have a look at the diff. 70, 80, 78, 77. 77 looks good. Seven. Okay, then we need to bring the right hand side in as well. So give a 77 to the bottom and then an 80. Oh no, hang on. 67 stays there. 90, 120, 137, 137. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to make this background a conic gradient. 145, so 70 and 85, 70 by 30. So at 70 pixels, 30 pixels. Purple, 25%. And then we will make it transparent. And then we will do 0 for the shift, 100% wide and 50 pixels high. 60, 70. Hang on, that looks wrong. We also want 0 pixels from the top. Okay, now let's try this again. 50. Beautiful, beautiful. And that gets those 3 white bars. We'll change this background to this. And then we've only got those bits left. Now, how do we want to do those? Well, I'm tempted to use a conic gradient for that as well. So let's do a conic gradient. Now then, I think they're going to be 10 pixels each. So 10 pixels, 10 pixels. Now we want that bit, and that bit to be. So we'll start it with transparent for 25% and then purple. And then let's have a look at what that gives us. It's given us a little blue line. That's not quite what I'm after. Hang on. Distance between there. So 160, well 154, 195, 40, better. Now we want to shift it 30 pixels in, and then we want to, we possibly just want to leave it where it is. Well, no, that won't quite be right, but we'll deal with that in a second. Because I need to go down a bit. Let's go down 20 pixels. 20 pixels would be about right. And we just want repeat on the Y. Now we make it 145 95, so 50 pixels wide, and we make it 50 pixels high. That does get us most of the way there. We are too far over. 20 pixels is looking much better. Okay, and that gets us to that. Right. And then, what do we want to do then? I think we make a linear gradient that goes down. That goes purple, transparent, purple. We set it with a 0 offset and a 0 offset. Well, 0 offset and a 75, 125, so 50 pixels width. This first purple is going to be 50 pixels. That's going to be 0. Down to 85, 205, so 140. And that's going to be 0. That'll give us that. Y, oh yeah. Just put a repeat Y in there too. Then all we need to do is get rid of this line here. Why is that bottom line not gone away? Why is that bottom line not gone away? Oh, because that needs to be the blue, idiot. Needs to be this colour. 120, that's better. Okay, and then, yeah, we just need to get rid of that one line there. Which we'll do in the horrible way. That blue, shift it 50 pixels, and 0, we make it 30 pixels wide and pixels high, and we do a no repeat. Okay, that's too wide. Let's make it 20. 20 looks perfect. Check the diff, that looks good. Hit submit. That looks good. Right, 120 is 29. 30, that's better. The rest of them I can't really do much about. So we will call this the first solution. And we'll hit submit. Minify. Submit. Now we will use the base template to do it in a different way. What do I want? Maybe three elements? I think 3 elements. This background is not that, it's this. In the first P we're going to do this square here. So width 50, height 50, background purple. Right. Let's try 100. About 80. Right, 82. 83, 84, 85. Okay, good. 100. How about 85? How about 75? 65? 63? 67? Okay. And then its margin bottom wants to be minus 50 probably. No, 50 plus 85. 135. That should have put the other 2 paragraphs on top of it. Now we'll do the second paragraph. We want to make that also no, probably 0 down. No, 85. And then 105. 125, 135, 137. Just leave that like that for a minute. Make its height 30, width 100, 10. That's actually a problem. because I don't want that one next. I need this one next. I do actually need this one next, which is going to be 145, 95, 145. So that would make it a width of 50 and a height of 135, 205, so 70. Then that's going to be 85, 135, and that's going to be 97, 87. 87 fits that perfectly. Okay, so that'll be this. Then we want one more paragraph, and we want that to be where the other one was. So anyway, width 110, height 30, margin, right, minus 185. Let's be back to 85 is too much. Right, okay, 205, that's good. Well, that would make sense. Then 107, 127, 137, 147. Let's try 137. Right, okay. Okay, and then on this one we're going to have a couple of box shadows. 0 and 50 pixels, and 0 and 100 pixels. I'm going to say as a colour, this purple. Then all we've got to do is change this background. So let's actually give this P, just so that we don't mess with any of the rest of it. Right, that is the bit that we're messing with. Okay, conic gradients at 10 pixels, 50 pixels, transparent for 25%, and then purple. And then did I mean 50 pixels is the question. 155, 195, so no, I mean 40 pixels. And then I need to do a 0 on that and minus 30 pixels. And then set this to be 100% and the height to be 50 pixels. That should get me that shape. There we go, we have another way of doing it. This isn't perfect by any means, but let's submit that. Now then, we know that that is 25 VW. I think that's the only unit with units that we can smack down a bit. Okay, we get rid of that, and that. We minify. It's a slightly better solution. I think I can get rid of that and that space. That's inside a brace, so we can get rid of that. So we saved another couple of characters. 50 height, 50. This width I don't think I need, so that'll save me some more. If I take that out and change it to a 0, can I then use a 0 on here? Yes, I can. And everything still lines up. That's nice, isn't it? Let's take that and replace it with a 0. In fact, we can do it like that. Shall make that minus 120. That should still line up, but it saved us some more characters. Could probably do slightly better than that, but whatever was going to happen, we were going to have a minus number in there, which would have been, yeah, 70 plus the 50 down that already was. So yeah, that makes sense. I think that is where I'm going to leave it. It works. I can't think of a nicer way of doing it than that at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.